Before it was all speculation. Now we actually have official statements from Games Workshop that they are partnered with Amazon and Henry Cavill is a part of it. Let's jump over and let's look at the article that's just been posted over on Warhammer Community. We have a video that has come out with this. Again, you can speculate on that if you want. I'll put it up in the background right now. It's an Aquila. It's alive. It's dying. It looks in ruins. I don't know. What the hell could that mean? The official text a part of this states, Amazon and Games Workshop are working together to bring Warhammer 40,000 universe to the screens, big and small alike. To me, that means a multi-part deal, movies and probably TV shows. It's going to be everything. I'm sure Games Workshop are throwing everything into this deal. And there's more. One of Warhammer's most famous superfans, Henry Cavill, well known for pointing out that chandelier looks like a Blackstone fortress. That's what he did on the Witcher set, is on board too. He's bringing his lore and expertise to the mantle of executive producer and his sword arm to the starring role. Sword arm in like Eisenhorn, he uses a sword, right? Again, I'm just like, my mind's going everywhere at this moment in time. More information. It says Amazon Studio secures the first of its kind rights to Warhammer 40,000 with Henry Cavill set to star as executive producer of global franchise. It basically just states what we already know, though, that Games Workshop have just confirmed it. Now, I want to address something before we move forward. There's been a lot of talk about Amazon being involved in this, and before, as I mentioned, rightly so, some of the stuff that Amazon has attached itself to, a lot of people think that they have ruined it. Now, what I will say to this is that Henry is now confirmed as an executive producer. For those of you who don't know what that means, that gives him a lot of power. And we all know that Henry loves the source material for any IP that he's involved into. This is one of the reasons apparently why he left the Witcher series, because they were moving away from the source material and he don't want to be a part of that. But now he's in the position to keep it towards the source material. So I do think it's a very, very good deal that we're going to have with Amazon when Henry's there, potentially steering the ship forward. Also, you have to look at some of the other Amazon shows. The Expanse, which they took over, The Boys. These have been pretty hit shows. Yes, we've had Rings of Power, etc., and I made my my thoughts on that before. But I am actually hyped. I'm actually excited, and I actually have faith in this project. We actually do have an official statement from Henry Cavill himself. It states, "I have loved Warhammer since I was a boy, making this moment truly special for me. The opportunity to shepherd this cinematic universe," again, cinematic universe. This could be like, I don't want to jinx it, this could be something like the Marvel universe, like branching all in and all the massive stories that can potentially be told. This is big. This is big stuff. Where was I? The opportunity to shepherd this cinematic universe from its inception is quite the honor and responsibility, said Henry Cavill. I couldn't be more grateful for all the hard work put in by Vertigo, Amazon, and Games Workshop to make this happen. One step closer to making a nigh on lifetime dream come true. By the way, at this point, when I'm making this video, GW stocks are up by 15%, if I'm not mistaken. So in the financial sector, it's looking like a win for Games Workshop at this time. Now, time for some fairy time. I think that Eisenhorn has now been canned by Frank Oz and whoever's involved in that project, and I think we could potentially getting that project now move over to this direction, a part of this Warhammer cinematic universe, and we may actually see Henry star in the role, or be an executive producer of that new TV show and bring all his lore, all his fanness to that project. Again, as I mentioned in my last video, which I only put out a few hours ago, I'm sorry if I'm spamming your feed. There's so many options to go from here now. Where do we stop and say, okay, well, let's do that. Let's do that. The greatest thing about Warhammer 40,000 is that the lore and the stories are just out there. There's just so many bloody stories. So you can literally jump in and tell one of these stories. As I mentioned in the previous video, I think one of the things that they have to do is make it appeal to the general public rather than just Warhammer fans as well, because, again, we're all sold on it, but, you know, he wants to bring the greater audience in, and I personally think Eisenhorn would be one of those shows that could do that, because it's about investigation, it tells you about 40k, it slowly breaks you in. For those people who have read the books, of course you'll understand it. Eisenhorn for me, Eisenhorn, Ravner, Beckwin, literally some of the greatest, if not the greatest story ever told. I would argue that it's the greatest love story ever told, but that is just me. Anyway, enough waffling. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Confirmation! We have it! Confirmation. Henry Cavill is actually involved in a Warhammer product. Oh my holy emperor. I still can't get over it. Someone slapped me in the face, because this is absolutely brilliant.